On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock.
Creators are influencing where ad dollars go, and it's so easy to see why.
YouTube subtracts ad controls.
We're talking shop. Long-awaited e-commerce features are finally coming to TikTok.
All on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Friday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Greg Finn.
I'm Jess Budd.
And I'm Christine Zernheld.
Whoa! AKA Shop.
And it is officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on September 15th, 2023. Shop, welcome back. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Where you been?
I had a baby.
Oh, congrats.
So thanks for holding down the fort while I was out. I just love listening to the show when I'm not on it. You guys did a really great job.
Makes one of us.
You don't listen when you're not on it?
I'm supposed to.
It was really entertaining, and I had wonderful, wonderful memories bonding with our newborn. We had another baby girl, baby Violet. She's doing great.
Middle name Beauregard? Or no?
No, middle name Virginia.
I love that so much.
It is for lovers. And I also had some great time bonding with our toddler. She's 2.5 now, and we're just starting to get into potty training a little bit. And we were very excited last week to order some Disney Princess undies. We picked them out together on Amazon, and we were waiting for the package to arrive. All of a sudden, a couple days later, box from Amazon is on the step, and I'm like holding out all weekend. Like, we got it on Friday. And I just keep using it as a carrot because she's so excited about her undies. And I'm like, we'll open them tomorrow. Like, if you're good, whatever. Finally, it's time for a nap on Sunday, and she doesn't want to take it. And I'm like, this is the moment. I'm using the undies. I'm like, if you take a nap, you can wear your undies for the nap with the diaper over it. So we open the box, and I'm sitting there. And my innocent little 2.5-year-old is rifling through this box, and my husband's with her. And he pulls out a whip. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like holding it, but not processing it. He's like, what is this? She's going through the box continually on the floor, just digging through it. There are a bevy of adult toys.
Like adult
of different
toys?
Yes.
Okay.
Exclusively adult toys, like half a dozen different items. We got the neighbor's package.
Oh.
And they've been waiting all week for it.
So did she go to her nap in
Yes.
assless chaps or what?
That was Eddie's first reaction. He said, I guess we ruined their weekend because we didn't open it until Sunday.
Wow.
To go into a box thinking you're opening a pair of little girls' underwear and like that's what you find. It was so like shocking and upsetting. And then we had to decide what to do because like we don't want to go hand it to them. Like we opened it. So my husband quickly like taped it up again, ran it next door. They don't have a Ring doorbell. Hopefully nobody's the wiser. But it was just...
So there's
Did they
whips.
get the undies?
I didn't go through the whole box. There was like
Yeah,
whip.
right.
No, Eddie did. I was sitting on the couch.
I don't believe you.
And the day before, I had to put it up on the refrigerator because we open boxes with keys a lot.
You put the whip on the refrigerator.
The whole box. So it was like sitting on the floor, and we open boxes with like our car keys all the time. She found this little pair of like teether keys that the baby plays with and was trying to use those to open this box, plastic keys.
Oh,
She
wow.
could have opened it on her own, just been walking around with this whip.
She's putting the ball gag on her doll then.
It's just so...
I'm just wondering if your neighbors received the undies and if they just wore those to the bedroom.
No, we got the undies the next
Okay.
day.
Okay.
I wasn't watching the tracking. They did arrive. She was very excited about them. They're all wet with urine.
What a disappointment that would have been if your neighbors look at this and like they get all excited, got the candles out, they open it up. They're like, oh, it's Moana.
The most disturbing part at first, I was like, oh no, I hope somebody else doesn't have the undies. Like, so
Have you
upsetting.
seen Dodgeball? This literally happens in Dodgeball. They
It
get the
does?
wrong uniforms. They get like the
Oh,
bondage
yes.
team. Yeah.
It was just like
It's a
that.
whole thing.
Well,
You
that's
must
exciting.
be daddy. Yeah.
All right, what's happening in the main news shop?
Okay. I'm back with some main news that is really, really, really big this week. TikTok announced on their blog the launch of TikTok Shop, which is a new way for people to find and shop for their favorite products without leaving the app. So we've all heard about TikTok Made Me Buy It. Lately, I've been getting all these things for like these one-piece jumpsuits that are like one of Oprah's favorite things. But you have to go to another site to buy it. And then everyone's buying those little hand blenders all the time. I'm about to buy one.
What are those?
TikTok's just all about making you buy things you don't need. Like,
Yeah, it's all garbage
instead of the shaky blender bottle now, the aesthetic girlies all have these little hand blenders. You don't have one for your
No,
protein?
I have a Magic Bullet. I use a Magic Bullet every day. I had my breakfast. It's Jocko Mulk. It's like protein mix, and I put greens in it, and then I put almond milk, throw it in the magic, what is it called?
Magic Bullet?
Magic Bullet. And then boom.
So in theory, these hand blenders, they'd probably be really easy to wash because you could just like dip it in your soapy water, spin it, and it'd be
It's like
clean.
an immersion blender like you make soup with?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's like
Like
a
a
little
stick
coffee
you just
frother. I
So you
think
put
I've
it right
seen
in the
some.
cup. You don't dirty the blender and the cup. It's kind of great. I want one.
Everything's
in the cup.
no.
The cup
I
is
don't
dirty.
even drink protein. It's always making you want to buy things you don't need. But now people can capitalize on that with TikTok Shop, and people won't have to leave the app, and it'll cut back on some barriers to entry. And there are a lot of different layers of this announcement. It's like really all here at once. So first they have a secure checkout. So TikTok works with trusted third-party payment platforms to facilitate transactions on TikTok Shop, which is, I think, the most important thing here and very dangerous because once they save my credit card, I will be buying all the hand blenders, all the jumpsuits. You know I'm a sucker for live shopping.
They got any whips on there?
Probably. So, which brings me to the next point, in-feed video and live shopping in the For You page. So this can populate organically in your For You page as you're watching videos. These live shopping videos, you know I'm a sucker for QVC, but I just think people are sleeping. Like, the QVC app is great and it's already here. Why do we need TikTok Shop?
People aren't sleeping. They're on TikTok.
That is the oldest statement anybody's ever made on the show, and Jess is a part of this show. Just for the record.
Know how much QVC you get to watch when you're on maternity leave? It's great.
As much as you choose.
How many QVC products did you buy, though?
I never buy anything.
Oh.
Except for like at Christmas time, I'll buy gifts. But
That sounds like
Yeah,
my
cheese.
version of like hell. You look at all this stuff, you're interested in it all, and you never buy it.
That sounds great. You're living vicariously through the television.
it's the best. Next, they have a product showcase where people can browse product tiles, read reviews, and purchase directly from their favorite brand's profile. They are also launching a shop tab where businesses display their products on a new product marketplace and customers can easily search and discover promotions. So if you're in the mood to shop, you don't have to open the QVC app. You can just go right to that shop tab. Another part of this that's really exciting is they announced an affiliate program. So creators have a new way to monetize their creativity by sharing products in short videos and live streams. And then they said that brands had different affiliate program options that they could work out with the creators. There are also going to be shop ads to bring more opportunities for sellers to promote their shops and a logistics solution. Like this is like everything is here now. It's called Fulfilled by TikTok, and TikTok Shop will store, pick, pack, and then ship sellers' products to customers.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. They're partnering with Shopify, WooCommerce, and Salesforce, also BigCommerce and Magento. I don't know exactly how those integrations are going to work, but they did throw out those names in the announcement. And creators and sellers can choose from a variety of apps to drive seamless e-commerce operations like Zendesk, Printful, Printify, Etsy Ship, and more. So everything's like already in place.
It's all happening.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how it looks. I started using TikTok just to when I can't sleep, and I just look at it now. Everything seems, at least now, even without this Shopify feature, way more integrated than something like Instagram. All those things seem like add-ons, but it's like very interesting to see how well TikTok like integrates all these like stars and weird things, and like I don't know, like this from a marketing perspective, if you do e-com, this is a huge deal.
And the fact that they're going to have a fulfillment solution, so maybe if you don't do e-com, it could make it easy to set up. We'll have to see how that works.
You're a
but
big TikToker, right? User.
I watch on mute when I'm breastfeeding.
Okay. Would you use, let's say your credit card's in there, you see that, like, would you be comfortable buying on TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Instagram? Same thing?
Are you saying like from a security standpoint?
Just in general, like you see something you like, you know it's all in there. Would that make that transaction
Yes.
easier for you?
My credit card's saved to Facebook.
Does that make it easier for you to buy things on Instagram? Because that currently exists.
I don't don't think it's that seamless. I don't think
I
my
agree.
credit card's in Instagram,
100% agree.
but
It's
it is
like-
on Facebook.
And then trying to shop, that shop experience that Meta has is not a good one. Like, it's just, you don't see everything. Everything comes in weird. The sizing is weird. Everything's strange on there. So like, this could be a huge competitive advantage for TikTok. And if you sell, you need to consider this.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. So we'll just have to see it in practice now.
Next up from Renee Ritchie, the @YouTube liaison on X. Renee says, announced today, rolling out in November, simplified ad controls. Shep, you haven't been back on the show in a while. What do you think of when you see the word simplified from Google?
That they are taking away control.
You would be right. But anyway, at face value, if you read Renee's X post, they say, turn ads on or off. You get pre-post skippable or non-skippable decided by the system. If ads are on, you can also turn mid-rolls on. No changes to mid-rolls. Mid-rolls can be manual or automatic, or new, a mix of both. And then with live ads, there's live mid-rolls. There's a 60-second countdown for an ad coming up during a live feed. And you can also skip or delay for 10 minutes the different ads that are coming up if you're a live streamer. So at face value, it sounds kind of cool. Like, oh, you get to turn ads on or off. But The Verge had a great article saying that essentially that's not necessarily the best case scenario for people, right? They say, beginning in November, YouTube is dropping individual ad controls in YouTube Studio for pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, and non-skippable ads on new videos, according to a support document from the company by Rob, quote unquote, a member of the team. And Rob goes on to say, most creators shouldn't notice a change as they already have many of these ad formats turned on by default. In the last year, for long-form videos that were enabled for monetization at the time of publishing, more than 90% of videos had pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, and non-skippable ads turned on. But for creators who want to have finer control over the types of ads their viewers might see, this upcoming change could come as a disappointment. So, where before you had the ability to choose what would be showing pre and post, you now do not have that option. You could just turn it on or turn it off. So from the article, they say creators will only be able to choose between having ads before or after video on or off. If you choose to have those on, YouTube will choose whether to show pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, or non-skippable ads, quote, when appropriate, end quote, per another notice on the support
Did you
document.
guys report when I was out, or did I read it somewhere else, where people were upset because there are ads playing before like CPR videos and people were dying? But this is a great example of like maybe those creators could make some money off of a post-roll ad, but they don't want anything in the beginning.
Right. And especially like the finer control over those ads, like something like CPR video, like maybe you want to, again, like decide what can show up. You're not going to have that choice, right? Like you might be able to say like maybe an American Cross CPR ad can come through and you can like say, I want that one. But in this case, it's on or off essentially. And then there was also a bunch of good commentary on The Verge that I want to share here. One by Filler Up says, tell Renee Ritchie that his job as a YouTube shill is wearing thin. There's nothing here that is good for creators, yet this, quote, creator, unquote, advocate Gillibly, I think I was trying to say like gullibly, but he said Gillibly, announces more restrictions on how a creator can monetize their content. And then another commenter said, the worst is the BS talk about this is not a big change anyway. Yeah, like when we removed the thumbs down view number. One of my favorite things in the world. I wake up.
Least favorite things, I think.
No, I love it, the fact that YouTube said they couldn't stop bot attacks. And this is the people that we're spending billions of dollars with. We made an entire documentary on it.
Yes, we did.
So anyway, you will have less control on your pre-roll and post-roll and ads with YouTube.
Yeah, congratulations. All right, guess what? Influencer ad spend is now growing faster than traditional ad investment, and this is across every major social media platform, according to Insider Intelligence's Influencer Marketing Report for 2023, if you could say that five times fast. Insider Intelligence's influencer marketing. I can't even say it once. It was reported on by Nicola Agius for Search Engine Land, and according to the report, TikTok is seeing the biggest growth in influencer marketing, but also in ad revenue, up almost 28% and 23% respectively, period over period. So just a ton of growth on TikTok in general. And I think we'll start to see even more of that with their shopping announcement. Interestingly, I have the chart further down in the notes if y'all want to look at it, and we'll put it up on our video. But it makes it look like Facebook's ad revenue is at a standstill. It's like 0.1% of revenue
Maybe because
growth.
nobody can get new ads up because the ad platform doesn't work.
I guess.
Or does it work now?
I just feel like they have all of these plus signs everywhere to just make them more money, but they're getting nothing from it. But influencer spend on Facebook is up double digits. So again, it's growing everywhere where ad spend is, growing a little bit, but maybe less. And the report also noted that spending on sponsored social media content in the US will grow roughly 3.5 times faster in 2023 than social ad spending will, and it will remain ahead through 2025. That's an exact quote. As for a breakdown of how creators are making their money on the platforms, this is just based on the percentage of respondents. 82% said they make their money from sponsored content, 52% from affiliates, 33% from advertising revenue, 25% from creator funds, and 16% from paid content subscriptions, 15% from selling merchandise. So clearly some people are doing multiple things because that is not adding up to 100. Just interesting to note, though, that there's different ways creators can make money, and they are doing it. Nicola's take on this is that more businesses are going to begin to embrace influencer marketing, and the way people consume ads is going to shift, is already shifting, and it suggests that traditional ads might not work as well anymore. That's one take. Depending on the landscape and your industry, if people are shifting their spend away from traditional ads, it could free up inventory too, make things a little bit cheaper. So I would say if it's working for you, don't stop. There's no reason not to test influencer marketing if there's influencers and creators in your space, but I wouldn't say just go shift all your spend because everybody else is. Like zig where people zag or do a light test.
Yeah, and I think it's almost like a double-edged sword in a way, where if you look at a lot of the ads that, let's say we're on TikTok, if you've got a really produced, like shiny ad, that doesn't work as good as somebody selling Shop a blender or her neighbor,
Clearly.
Edible underwear or something. Like, if you've got a lot of the creative that really works is influencer marketing. If you can get extra visibility, you can get creative that you can use for your ads, like that helps in a multitude of ways instead of just going through and making a generic ad using some sort of, ad platform software.
Yeah. But at the same time, TikTok's ad platform is driving revenue too. So it's really just about creating for the space that you're in, and whether it's an influencer deal or your own creative, you should still be catering it to the platform that you're on, I think is the takeaway that we always drive home. Don't just use the same asset everywhere because it doesn't always fit.
Yeah. And they're all driving growth. They're all driving revenue. This is just talking about growth.
Correct.
Specifically.
Correct.
It's like, when you Meta is a lot more mature, not in the way that your neighbor is, but more along the lines of people are already using that. And now it's like, how do we do more? Let's expand upon that. And the platform only takes you so far. And same with YouTube, you can run those ads, but if you get in front of somebody, then you get more visibility. I don't know. But TikTok, I feel like, is out of everything on screen is obviously the least mature type of ad platform.
Yeah. Makes the most sense to be growing the most.
And final piece of news here in the main news section, Google Search Console is rolling out new Merchant Center integrated reports. Both of these two new reports are within the shopping tab listing section. The first is the issues report. So if your account has more issues than Vogue, this shows you issues that are causing your products not to show in the Google Shopping tab. Google said this is similar information that you can get in Google Merchant Center, but it is now able to be displayed in Search Console. I just love the name Issues Report, and I think it would be a great addition to a dating app profile. Someone can't commit? Maybe I should know. Maybe previous matches could contribute to the Issues Report.
You don't want that.
I like to see the world burn.
Head over to my Bumble.
We have some pictures of these reports in the YouTube video. The next report is opportunity and visibility reports. This shows you increases or decreases in clicks and rankings of your products in Google search, giving you a better view of opportunities to improve product visibility. And to enable these new enhancements in your shopping tab listings report, you'll need to associate your Search Console property with a Merchant Center account, but it's great to always have more data, so we love to see it.
Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions, we don't influence, you make the call.
This week's take of the week comes from the besmirched PPC Greg, who did not list us last week as helping to get the client IDs and emails. I'm going to soften you up for Greg if you're voting.
Oh, like he thanked PPC chat and not us?
Yeah, not us.
So we're besmirched.
Yeah, we're
Not him.
besmirched.
Yeah.
But we're besmirching him.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's like, it's a besmirch off. Anyway, from PPC Greg, he says, this is a legitimate email from Google's trust and safety team. And the email reads, Dear advertiser, your Google Ads account may have been compromised. We've begun an investigation of your account. To complete the investigation, we need additional information from you. Please reply directly to this email with answers to the following questions. The sender of the email. Only one email address was listed.
Don't reply.
AdWords no reply at google.com.
Double the pain.
Into which Brett at Brett Badofsky on X says, interesting they're using an AdWords email address still. I typically see Google Ads no reply at google.com these days. Doesn't instill much trust using dated email addresses. To which PPC Greg says, agreed. My coworker said, there's no way this isn't spam, but it aligned perfectly with his account being suspended and our reps confirmed it's real. What do you do in that dilemma? Do you respond to the
You respond
AdWords
directly.
no reply? Or do you, it's in the email address?
Smoke signals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Carrier
I just
pigeon.
love that take from Google.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI people, Simo Ahava has a new post about the Google Tag template in Google Tag Manager. So I guess the real ICYMI here is that Google is Simo says, going all in with the Google Tag. We've already seen the consolidation effort through products like Google Analytics 4, and now Google is extending the merging of the tagging stack into Google Tag Manager 2. So in this post, Simo takes us through what to expect from the new Google Tag, including auto migration, how to configure the Google Tag, event tag configuration, and even some specific how-tos like how to configure automatic page view dispatch, how to configure the server-side Google Tag Manager URL, and much more. So definitely check it out if you want to learn more about that new Google Tag migration.
Now it's time for this week's Pew Pew Lightning Round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
First up in the paid universe, we're going to kick things off with the Anthony Higman corner.
Higman!
Is he the hardest working man in PPC?
He's up there.
He's the hardest working Higman.
Okay, first story from Anthony. Tony, I don't know. Let us know.
No, it's Anthony.
Tony Higgs.
He shared this Google Ads post, and he says it's on Twitter, aka X, but it looks like Facebook, aka Meta to me. And the text is really small, so I'm going to do my best to read this. Sorry if I mispronounce a name in the comment section. So the post from Google Ads says, did you know that advertisers who use final URL expansion with PMAX campaigns see an average increase of over 9%, I think it was a 9, in conversions or conversion value at a similar CPA or ROAS? And people were having a lot of fun in the comments, as Anthony pointed out, including himself. So the image is I guess this is supposed to be someone setting up final URL expansion. And he says, yeah, definitely don't do this. Also, shouldn't there be an HTTPS and not an HTTP? I think I said 3 T's. Bahaha, get it together, Google. Because in the picture it says HTTP.
That's adorable.
Yeah. MD Motion and sorry, again, sorry if I said that wrong. I cannot read this. He said, do you know also advertisers like us who don't use final URL expansion saved a lot of unwanted spend? And then Shashank Reddy said, nope. Yeah, so people are having a lot of fun at final URL expansion's expense.
Final URL expansion is an insane thing that you would think you could launch and people would be okay with. But page feeds and the contains, they're seeing that what they thought would work would never work. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate what they're turning PMAX into.
I agree.
And it's like this finally grow expansion is the dumbest idea because then you just have to negate a ton of stuff. It's like the whole point isn't to send traffic to every single page of your website. Who wants that? But again, they are getting much better.
Next up from Anthony, this is a follow-up, I think, on like a 3-week saga, right? He says now they're testing the number and the QR code. So last week he was seeing just the number of a phone number in Google Ads results, and this one has the QR code and the phone number, so you can pick your poison and check it out.
And I believe
Hey, cease and desist!
I believe it was for LSAs, and it started with just a QR code. Then they tested just a number. Now they're testing both.
I get what they're trying to do, but like, who's honestly gonna scan that QR code?
I love scanning.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Get out of here. Get out of this studio. You like CAPTCHAs, scanning QR codes. What else? You like waiting in line?
I love to wait in line. You know, I love the post office and the DMV and all that shit.
You know what
brings
else?
me joy.
You probably love a traffic jam.
I do.
See,
I just put the windows down, no breeze, hot air, good music. Slow me down. I love it.
Thank God you're here, Sean.
Yeah, I hate a QR code. Anthony was also trying to preview an ad disclosure in Google Ads, and he tweeted a screenshot of it, and it says, so, you guys, this is a fun ride. So, I had already pre-verified and went through the whole process. Today, all business logo and name assets were gone. Went to do it again, and it just got stuck here and then died. $1 trillion big tech company, and the product that makes them all of their money is a huge POS.
Point of sale?
No. Anthony censored himself. It wasn't just me. Update. Then went to verify and can't do it anymore. Need to send the instructions to the client. I wanted to read this really fast to be funny, and I can't. Did that, and he didn't get any email about it, so I copied the link and the verification and sent it again. Then this is where the link goes. Jesus Christ. Like, can anything freaking work over there? This is like my mind at work. So it goes to a 401 error page. And honestly, if I had read this last week, like, I might have not come back to work.
Thank you.
Anthony, I've got good news, though. This will all be fixed when AI makes it into Google Ads.
Okay, that was it from Anthony, and now we're going to go back to another friend of the show, Mike Ryan. He says new, ? I think this is new, but there's case-sensitive filtering in Google Ads, so he's looking at the campaigns view, and he can filter by contains case-sensitive or does not contain case-sensitive. Seems kind of cool if you have a really detailed account structure. Ooh, here's another fun one. Melissa L. Mackey at Beyond the Paid tweeted with a frenzy this week. Oh, X'd. No,
Posted.
It's not a verb.
Posted.
It's not a verb, is it?
Posted on X.
Aren't they still called tweets?
No.
No.
Twitter.com is X and has posts on it.
Well, then they
But
need a verb.
It exists on Twitter.com still.
Is he punking us? Like,
Yeah, we're being punked. We're all just like that mother effer on a plane, Tiffany Gomez.
Again, with that lady.
But yeah, we're being punked. We're all being punked.
Okay.
None of this is real.
so Melissa L. Mackey is also hopefully being punked. She said, whatever verb we're using.
She posted on X.
Clients' ads started showing in expanded targeting despite being opted out of that setting. Paused the campaigns, contacted support. We're told it was a bug. We're given a refund. Resume campaigns. Issue happened again. Contacted support. Now we're being told, quote, from time to time, the Google Ads team runs increment experiments on campaigns to test the impact of a proposed change. Team confirmed that for this issue, we might not provide any credit or refund, end quote. Melissa, all caps. What? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. My thoughts exactly. Then she said these tests cost her clients literally thousands of dollars, and we're just supposed to absorb that so Google can experiment with it. Then she brought in the big guns at Ads Liaison. What gives on this? It's crazy to me. And Ginny did respond and say she was looking into it. So good luck, Melissa and client.
What gives is such an underutilized. So like, what gives? We need to bring that into more conversation.
I know.
I love that there's like, hey, from time to time we can test for like incremental conversions.
Thousands of dollars is not incremental to the client.
Yeah. Maybe make it be positive with the results.
That'd be great.
What gives?
Yeah, what gives?
Per Search Engine Land and Barry Schwartz, starting October 10th, suspended Google Ads advertisers may be required to pass advertiser verification. So instead of simply submitting a suspension appeal, some advertisers will first need to go through the verification process. This new policy will impact, quote, selected advertisers whose accounts were suspended, but will not impact advertisers who are on monthly invoicing.
So if you want to be bad, just get set up with invoicing and you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Weird.
What gives?
What gives?
We need a What Gives shirt.
Yes, we do. Yes.
With the G, Google G.
Yes.
Or maybe a G that resembles that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wink, wink. Update on this. John Kagan tweeted after from his @JohnKagan Twitter account. He said, hey, PPC chat family, anyone else having their clients freak out today and email you in a panic because they got the poorly titled email from Google Ads about changes in the account suspension appeals process. So the subject line was Google Ads policy update to the account suspension appeals process. I mean, client's gonna client.
Yeah.
I guess we should know that they got the email and you should follow up with them.
Yeah.
Yes. It's one of those things better to get out in front. Be like, hey, everybody got this. Oh, they're making our lives harder. You're going to get billed more because Google sucks.
Hopefully you won't get suspended and it won't be a problem. Per Nicola Aguis for Search Engine Land, beginning in November, Google Ads is going to make political ad disclosures when AI-generated images and audio have been used. They're going to be required now. So political ads must feature labels to act as red flags when AI content has been used, such as, this image does not depict real events. This video content was synthetically generated. Why don't we just not allow that?
Exactly.
Ad?
That's all I'm thinking. Like, this doesn't depict real events. Then don't let that happen as a political ad. Like, what are you doing?
What world are we living in? PPC Greg spotted new segmentation in Google Ads. So for video ads only, you can now segment by ad format, and you could see metrics for your skippable in-stream ads versus your in-feeds ads versus your shorts. So look out for that. Video advertisers. PPC Rachel spotted another new feature in the Google Ads platform. Conversions that she set up in Google Analytics are editable in the platform. So it says, this is a GA conversion available in the Google Ads account. Changes made to this conversion may affect other Google Ads accounts that this conversion may have been shared with.
So it edits it everywhere,
yes,
including in GA? Confusing.
It says in the other accounts, it doesn't say GA.
Yeah, it's just tricky because if you change like a conversion action to one, like let's say thank you page to another or somewhere else, it might be hard to discern when you're looking back at historical data with pre-change and post-change. So just be aware, I guess.
Next up, bad guy PPC Greg tweeted, good guy LinkedIn gives you a list of all the places your ads could appear off LinkedIn, which you can then use to create a block list. And there's 1,800 plus places that your ad could appear, which is really nice. And PPC Greg agreed. He said, is there any reason we can't get something similar for search partners at Ads Liaison? And then Paul Rooney at Paul Rooney Ecom replied and said, because you can get, quote, similar ROI with search and display partners. Pinocchio nose growing emoji.
Silly rabbit.
No word from Ginny upon recording the answer to that, but it would be nice.
And for the record, PPC Greg DM'd me last week when I said we were slandering him on the show. He said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Oh, wow.
To become the what?
The villain.
And it's a Harvey Dent image. You can see it up here.
Who's Harvey Dent?
I could tell she'd never heard the quote. An Ad Exchanger article from John McDermott is called Why Facebook, Google Ads, and Amazon Are Embracing Media Mix Modeling. So a quote from this says, measurement has been so hampered by recently enacted privacy restrictions that Meta, Google, and Amazon are finding that any measurement tool is better than not demonstrating attribution at all. So even a mixed media modeling solution that could show the effectiveness of their competitors is worth it to them, I guess. And interestingly, it also says that Google appears to be following suit on the MMM front. Quote, the company told Ad Exchanger that although it does not have anything to announce now, it's looking into building an MMM tool to help brands measure advertising campaign performance across channels.
If you had like a supervillain and attribution, one might say that you come up with an analytics package and you take a custom attribution model that nobody can see inside of, and you also sell ads, and then you roll out something, let's call it DDA, and then you can set the attribution accordingly.
Sounds familiar.
MMM.
What's happening in paid? Or, sorry, organic.
Oh my.
Told you about
back.
You're rusty, Shep. All right. Well, Google has confirmed that the August 2023 core update is over. The update started on August 22nd, 2023 and completed on September 7th, 2023. So mark your calendars accordingly. If you want to know how the core update impacted news, your go-to is John Shihada at J Shihada on X. And he's got a great list of all the publishers that were up. Like Yahoo is down, People's up, New York Times is up. You can follow along in community.marketingclock.com or marketingclock.com/newsletter. Get all the links from today's show. And from Lily Ray, our queen, she says that Reddit was the biggest winner of the August core update by far. Quora saw biggest gains too. And she has also put out a big post on Systrix where she's got the winners, the losers, the full analysis of everything that happened in the August core update. So do not miss that. It's over on systrix.com/blog. And again, we'll put all these links out in our newsletter and in our Discord channel. And then lastly, I don't know if this is like core update adjacent, but Lily Ray at Lily Ray NYC on X says, has anyone noticed a trend towards Google ranking homepages instead of dedicated service pages for specific queries? Example, the keyword is car insurance, but the company does more than just car insurance and has a car insurance page. But Google chooses to rank the homepage, ... And when Lily Ray talks, you should listen. And I've seen that with this update, a big drop on some homepage sites for clients that we run. So it just seems like this one's got a little bit of a homepage flair. Maybe check it yourselves and let us know what you think. Glenn Gabe, again, another algorithm must follow at Glenn Gabe on X. Glenn says, this was actually a quote tweet from Barry Schwartz. Barry said, Google search generative experience in India ends on February 2024, unlike in the US where it ends December 2023. Glenn quote tweeted this and said, IMO, the search generative experience will only roll out if it's revenue neutral or positive. Google explained it will be testing various ways to incorporate ads into the SGE answer, including sponsored parts of an answer. There is no way, parentheses, IMO, and parentheses, they roll out SGE if they will lose billions in ad revenue. This is spot on. They're not going to launch something that makes them less money. There's one thing we know, they launch things that make them more money. So I guess, again, like this is different in India. Maybe they're testing differently, but everybody's worried about this from an ad side of things. There's no way this is launching if they're going to make less money. No chance. Next up, authorship is back. Kinda. And Barry Schwartz has a great example of somebody that saw it looks like in the news section, that not only were the top stories were the local news pulling in the source, like a BBC, but they're also pulling in the author name. And I think this one is Sam Hancock in an example. So we had seen that big push, I don't even know how long it was ago, maybe like 8 years ago, towards authorship. We always talk about EEAT and how important that is. So we're now seeing author names and article snippets. So another reason why you should not post things anonymously or by Cypress North Team or something like that.
Blog.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead, have a citation of the actual author. Okay. Next up, Shep, can I see your phone quick?
It's far away.
Okay. I didn't want to FaceTime
Do you
your
really
neighbor.
want-
No, I just want to FaceTime your neighbors.
I don't have their number.
Oh, I was going
You
to
should get it. They sound fun.
I could talk a lot. You've heard me talk about these neighbors before, okay?
Oh, I know. But anyway, they might like to know that Google may now allow adult-themed content on Google Maps for adult service businesses. In the past, they had only said that we may also allow minimally clothed individuals presented in a non-sexualized manner. They now added in a new sentence that says, we may allow a legitimate business website that contains adult-themed content if the business provides relevant adult services. So why don't you just clip
Good news
this
for them.
and drop it up on their step for
Okay.
them?
Print this.
Great.
Print the show for them.
They're those type of people.
They go to the theater.
We are going to see a massive change in YouTube thumbnail news from Mr. Beast. He tweeted that I closed my mouth on all my thumbnails and the watch time went up on every video, LOL.
I forgot.
So Mr. Beast went through and he took because he has that testing option. And the option isn't about click-through rate. It's about watch time. How long can you watch?
That makes no sense.
Yes, it does. It's a test.
So I went back.
The data speak.
If you recall, I said this was a good way to test, not by click-through rate, but by watch time to make sure that people actually consume more video. So Mr. Beast went through, he took all of his thumbnails with his mouth open, photoshopped it to have his mouth closed. And on every video, he got more watch time when his mouth was closed. So our thumbnail is going to have our mouths closed.
Which none of us understood why. So for those of you that weren't in the room, Greg was like, just keep your mouth shut. We don't have to talk about it. So we couldn't smile. We all look stupid in this thumbnail because we're just keeping a straight face because we had no contacts. And this is why, because we want Mr. Beast to get more watch time.
He's not the boss of me.
I mean, he's the boss of most of us. Anyway, so watch for more and more thumbnails with their mouth closed and think of us. And go subscribe to us on YouTube. Tables is killing it on YouTube. Please, please, please go subscribe. We put tons of effort into it. I guarantee you will like our videos there. We got more tutorials and things coming out as well.
Did you see what he said? My mouth would have closed years ago if I had this tool. Like maybe in our thumbnail, but we don't close our mouths around here. We have a lot to say. So
yeah. Okay. Google site names now work for all languages. Barry Schwartz wrote this on Search Engine Land. His byline was, so if your site is not English, check how your site name appears in Google search. Love you, Barry. It was initially for English, French, German, Japanese only. Now it's for everything. So you can get that site name fixed or also with that icon. All right. From Lily Ray, our queen, she says, so many in the SEO space choose to focus on Google saying it doesn't care if a human or AI wrote the content, but then choose to ignore these caveats, which are far more important for SEO in my opinion. And the caveats are right from Google. And she screen grabs it saying, when it comes to automatically generated content, our guidance has been consistent for years. When using automation, including AI, to generate content with the primary purpose of manipulating ranking and search results is a violation of our spam policies. And then she has another link there where it says, should I add AI or automation disclosures to my content? To which Google's answer is, AI or automation disclosures are useful for content where someone might think, how was this created? Consider adding these when it would be reasonably expected. And then it goes on to say, you can't make AI the author of content. So again, Lily's like, hey, how many SEOs are using it to generate? And how many of those are actually doing this and saying it was created by AI? And then she goes on to say, by the way, this is how Google often defines SEO first content. Content written for the primary purpose of ranking in search engines. Would you have still created the content if search engines didn't exist? Which is a great heckin' question. She goes, gee, wonder how many can genuinely answer that question with a yes. That's why she's the queen. So great point, Lily. Okay, we've got a ton of news in organic here from Search Engine Roundtable. Google Search has updated its language matching systems over the past few months. They've released a series of updates to improve our language matching systems, including the latest update about 2 weeks ago. Collectively, these should better match results, blah, blah, blah. Check it out in Search Engine Roundtable if you want more. YouTube is also launching a vertical live test. And if you watch live videos currently, you have to default to the horizontal view. The nice thing about it is you do get the comments though, because a lot of times when you're watching live video, you're kind of there for the video, kind of there for the comments. This will be like a full screen viewing experience for vertical. You can also do both. So it will include vertical to be eligible to users on Shorts on the YouTube app, and also desktop streamers will see it with the full view. So I think that's fine. All right. There's also a lot of news about Google being sued by the Department of Justice. If you want more information on that, @DigitalSamIam on X is your go-to. Sam has a post saying Google is getting sued by the DOJ, is making the rounds today since the trial kicks off. This is the first and far less interesting of the 2 antitrust cases against Google. He's got a quick thread. His gist is that the U.S. government is alleging that Google is using anti-competitive behavior, like pre-install agreements with hardware manufacturers to stifle competition. He goes on to say, here's what's going to happen. Nothing. And he's got a 5-point thing of why nothing's going to happen, why they're going to settle just so that the DOJ doesn't look like they got ran over and all that. So if you want more information on what's actually happening, at Digital Sam I am on X is your go-to. I've seen a lot about AI recently, and it's only maybe since like the last month and a half, I've seen like good AI. Like if you use Spotify, do you use DJX?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I used it once and I didn't.
He needs to stop pushing an agenda for Spotify,
Yes.
but I like what he picks for me.
It's a lot of repetitive stuff, but like DJX on Spotify is good AI to me.
I've said that from day one.
Yeah. Zoom might have some good AI coming to you because
Zoom has something good.
yes, it's called AI Companion on Zoom.
Oh.
And what it will do is give you, it's only for paid users, but you can get real-time transcriptions of what's happening live. So if you miss something, go back and see exactly what somebody said. When you join to a meeting late, I would never.
No, you really look at the calendar and go to all your meetings.
There's something that says catch me up, and you get a summary of what happened before
Cool.
you joined. When you're done, it can give you full meeting summaries. And then also when you save something, it can give you smart chapters about what happened.
Okay.
So like I feel like at the beginning, people were like, AI, this, all of it sucked.
Yeah.
And now we're coming into the precipice where people are using AI for good things.
Yeah. Even if this isn't great, like if the transcriptions kind of suck, it could jog your memory enough to remember what they really did say. I feel like that's where the human element still comes in, but this seems useful.
Yeah. And for a summary and to be like, hey, I saved this, here are the chapters, you can jump right to it. That's awesome.
I like that a lot.
But I've stumbled upon some recipes clearly written by AI. Not a good
They
application.
don't have kitchens
Not
inside
good.
computers.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about
It's
that.
debatable. All right. Also from Barry Schwartz, our king. Can he be the king?
Sure.
Okay. Barry Schwartz, our king. He says,
These are just SEO king and queen.
yeah, but I mean, Glenn's up there. Barry's the king. Nobody would dispute that.
Okay.
Glenn
This
could be
isn't the
prince.
clock screws. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Barry found an example of, if you recall, when SG launched for local listings, they would show a 5-pack instead of a 3-pack. What's happened, according to Andy Simpson at NDYJ Simpson, get a new handle. He says the local 5-pack is going away and that he can't even find good pizza. And when he's looking for best pizza near me, there is no local listings in SGE,
Maybe
which
you just live somewhere with pizza.
Yeah, and you can't really keep a 5-pack while you're looking for pizza.
good points. Great points. Anyway, like it's showing things like just different local chains and stuff like that, but not actual local listings, which I think would be a big miss. Like if you're SGE, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Is like go out and look at reviews. That's why you have all the reviews in Google. That's why you bought that stupid company. What was the name of that company you bought?
Remember?
It's like Zapier, but something different. Yeah, Google, you bought Zagat. Like, it's the whole point is that you get more data.
They got it and they're not using it.
Like, give us that. Come on. All right. And from the Her Campus report, so this is only Her Campus Media report. There was a study about what search engines people use. It was only going to women. But apparently 51% of survey respondents chose TikTok over Google as their primary search engine.
What?
Depends what I'm looking for.
What are you trying to find? Yeah.
Am I looking for a clip of Taylor Swift reacting to the NSYNC reunion at the VMAs?
Or are you looking for good pizza?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, the biggest reason that TikTok is the highest percentage of usage for search engines is that the video format of the results, that they have more relatable answers and their answers are more personalized. So you probably need to just get pro Taylor stuff. You probably get no heat on your feed from Taylor.
Yeah, not really. But
Yeah.
nobody has any heat for Taylor these days.
What?
She's queen of the world.
Okay. Travis
She's
Kelce.
all right.
Travis Kelce.
He's obsessed with her, apparently.
Who's he?
He was wearing a John Mayer t-shirt on his last podcast.
That makes
So
me
what do
into
you think?
Taylor.
She's not interested. Trust me. Okay.
Today, I got the best compliment of my life, Jess.
What was said to you?
Shep said, Taylor Swift should just date you. She needs a businessman.
Wow.
Has a nicer thing
I
ever
think-
been said to anybody in their life?
I don't think so.
I think she needs. I was just thinking about her ideal man, and I realized that it was you. I think I was talking to Jill, and I was like, she needs a businessman who's like already got a couple of kids. She'd be the best stepmom.
I can tell you the number of times I've said jabroni in my life, and it was twice just on the show, now a third time.
I don't know
What does that mean?
means.
It's like a thing The Rock said in like the 90s.
When he was The Rock and
Yeah.
not Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Correct.
She
Do you
needs a
smell what
businessman.
Taylor Swift is cooking for her stepchildren? Yours?
Call me Taylor. And another amazing. This is why, again, let's go Tiffany Gomez on this. This life isn't real. But according to Roger Monti over on Search Engine Journal, Google confirms that Google sites are not ideal for SEO purposes. And Roger has some back and forth from John Mueller on Google. And John Mueller said, taking a step back, websites created on Google sites can and do get indexed in Google search.
I hope so.
However, the URLs used in Google sites are a bit hard to track since the public version can be different than the URL you see when logged in. All this is alleged. So this is from Roger Monti. Then John Mueller said according to Roger Monti, said to be blunt, while it's technically indexable, it's not ideal for SEO purposes and can be complex for tracking in Search Console. If SEO is your primary consideration, it might be worthwhile to explore other options and check the pros and cons before committing. And he's talking about Google sites. So then, according to Roger Monti, Mueller next advised using an actual domain name and saying for performance tracking in Search Console, you could also use your own domain name for Google Sites content. It makes it easier to migrate all this other stuff. But this is like going to like a Toyota dealership and being like, oh, love that car. Like how many miles to gallon does it get? Oh, doesn't use gas. Oh, okay. How it's an EV? No, doesn't use electric. What does he use? Can't fill it up. Like this uses like what are we talking about?
We recommend you consider a Honda, but please buy a Toyota.
All right, and lastly, RIP in peace, UA. According to Search Engine Land, the property has stopped processing all data. It went on a little bit longer, at least for Search Engine Land. It stopped. We will miss you, and that's it in organic. What's happening in social, bud?
All right, first up in social this week, Snapchat is adding new teen safety features and is cracking down on age inappropriate content. All good things. Snap says, quote, the new features will make it harder for strangers to contact teens, provide a more age-appropriate experience, crack down on accounts marketing inappropriate content, and improve education for teens using its app. The company will also introduce more resources for parents and families, including a new website and YouTube explainer series. Basically, they know the parents are not on Snap, so they put the content for them somewhere else, which I love.
Put it on Facebook.
Yeah, right. No, stay off that. So features include in-app warnings for suspicious content, stricter criteria when minors can appear in search results, a new strike system for inappropriate content, new help resources for young people in the situations they may find themselves in when they're online, as well as resources for their parents on how the platform works, thank goodness, parental control explainers, and more at parents.snapchat.com. All good things. More good things to keep the up vibes rolling because we're going down pretty soon. Pinterest's new computer vision powered body type technology to make search more inclusive. This is from TechCrunch, and the technology will use shape, size, and form to identify various body types across the more than 5 billion images on the platform. The goal is to make search more inclusive, surface more body types. It's patent pending technology, so you can't have it, but Pinterest does. And basically just trying to serve up more diverse results. They're starting with women's fashion and wedding content, but they are going to expand this more broadly. And I love to see it. I think it's great.
Do you have to upload a photo of yourself to get this?
No, I don't think so. It sounds like they're just trying to surface more. You can't tell by the image because it kind of is showing one body type, I think, in this example. So I don't know if it's trying to match you or if it's just trying to serve up diverse body.
That would be ideal, where like you can say, look at things that fit the way it would fit you. You know?
Yeah, if you're shopping, like that
Yeah.
sort of thing, which I guess Pinterest is kind of, you're always like looking for lifestyle. But I think it's a more broader thing, like let's just show real human beings in different situations. It seems like it's more of that, but
Well, that
maybe
seems
that's
stupid.
to come. Why does that seem stupid?
Don't you want something that, I thought this would be like, this is like my fit. I want to see, like, this is like, you know, where I'm at. I want to see somebody in that fit that matches me.
I get that, again, from a shopping perspective. But if you're just looking for like tattoo ideas, you don't care who it's on.
No, but if
They
you're
just
looking
wanna
for
surface
clothing,
more
you want to see
diversity.
like, hey, somebody looks like me. Like, I
Yeah.
thought that was the point.
Yeah,
No?
maybe it is. Could be. I don't know. It
But
just,
you, like, because Bezos tried to upload a shirtless photo of me when I had Amazon
Of
Echo.
you?
Yeah. You had an Amazon Echo. Now I have a Whoop. But the Echo,
whoop, whoop.
the Echo was like, hey, upload yourself, and then it's gonna like calculate your body fat. And I'm like, nope. There's no chance I'm taking those photos.
They
of
said
me.
you had to be topless.
Yes. You
That
had to.
seems,
They have
Stevie, that
since
seems like they need
discontinued
some
Echo.
parental controls.
Like
It also
like-
said it would talk about your tone. You can all look this up. It's Amazon Echo. I stand by my facts on
What
that.
tone? Like
Like
your
if
skin
you're
tone?
being your conversational tone, if you're being aggressive, if you're being too soft or anything like that. I'm like,
Show me
no,
some
I'm looking for my,
sneakers. Sorry.
I'm looking for a heartbeat. Like I'm looking for a heartbeat. I don't want you to see me naked, and I don't care about my tone.
It seemed like they're just trying to have more, like you walk into Target and you see mannequins of different shapes and sizes, and
Okay.
the images are different shapes and sizes. But if you are with a purchase intent, it would be nice if you could say, this is who I am and this is what I want to see.
Yeah.
And that might have been buried in the second half of the article. You can read it yourself. Community.marketingoclock.com or marketingoclock.com/newsletter. Pick your poison and check it out, Chef. All right. Remember Clubhouse? It has not been so long that we forgot about it.
No, we forgot.
Clubhouse
It's
was
over.
my last maternity leave.
Okay, so
Clubhouse
it
is
has
over.
been that long.
It's over.
It's not over. It's
over.
totally over, but they have a dying gasp here.
No,
they
it's
they
over.
have a death rattle. They are basically releasing what they're calling the new Clubhouse, and the focus is on chats because they want people to talk to each other.
No, this is a dead cat bounce. You know how there's like in stocks, there's the dead cat bounce. This is like the dead.
No,
dead
it's
cat
been a while
bounce.
since Stonks with Shep, and I do not like dead animals,
Well,
so
this
I don't
is one
know.
of them.
I don't know. But there's all this talk about the new Clubhouse, and it's more social than ever and more Clubhousey, but I would say it's less Clubhousey if you're using Clubhouse as in what the platform was. But anyway, they're moving.
No, it's over. It's
No.
all gone. It's gone.
No, it's
Clubhouse
not.
is done.
It's not because, well, it is. They are moving from a follower model to a friend model, which they think is an improvement. But people that use it, and this is a post on X, Clubhouse wiped out followers of creators. Some had 3 million plus followers, which have now been deleted. If you read Clubhouse's blog post about the new version, they say that any one-way follows have been turned into a friend request.
Yeah,
so you can
that's
get those
stupid.
people back.
No,
I just feel like
it's
you should have
over.
preserved that somehow. Anyway,
Read the rest of that. The
There's
last
drama.
sentence. You missed the last sentence. The best sentence of that X.
what's that? Oh. Remember, that is why I screenshot it, because it's something that you always say. My apologies, Gregory. The post ends with, remember, we are building on someone else's platform.
You wipe out the followers. You try to come back. There is no chance anybody's going to use Clubhouse ever again. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Finstradamus says always build on your own land. You've heard him say it. You're going to hear him say it again. All right, so from followers to friends to close friends, Instagram is testing a new close friends option for posts. So a Meta spokesperson said that they're testing the ability for people in select countries to share feed posts with their close friends. It operates very similarly to how you can share stories with just a smaller group of people. They're testing that with the main feed as well, which I like that. I think that's fine. They're just testing it though. We'll see.
Did you guys see my recent close friends story?
I haven't.
You have a close
Open the
friends?
app.
Oh, we're not your close
Are
friends.
we your close
Is that the joke?
Yeah, you guys weren't on there.
Rude.
Oh, well, you would have had to send it to me via text, and then I would have had to have you tell me out loud to check my text messages, and I would.
I don't have one. I
I
took an adorable picture of our office dog that came to Rochester.
Was
Oh,
that
I
Maggie's
saw
dog?
him in a
Yeah.
meeting. Yeah, Oakley. I saw him yesterday on camera. He's so cute. I hope he's listening. Hi, Oakley. All right, from Community Notes, at Community Notes on X, they said, when rating a note, it's important that contributors have as much helpful information available as possible. I concur. Starting today, when contributors tap Rate It on a note, they'll be taken to a page listing all note proposals instead of just the note they're looking at. more information is great to have. And what social lightning round would be complete without a little drama from X? I have some. From X Daily, they said X's interim head of brand safety has departed, and they are screenshotting and reference an article from The Information that basically says the second X brand safety head departs in months. So somebody left, somebody stepped in, and they are now leaving. So sounds rough over there, I guess, but at least we will soon be able to peep the algo. Lastly here, also from X Daily, they posted news. Elon has announced that the full X algorithm will soon go open source. Elon explained the reason some parts have not been released yet is he and the team are somewhat embarrassed with the state of the code and want to clean it up before first going public. They're either sloppy or they f***ed something up and they're trying to fix it first, but either way, we're going to get to see it soon.
We are running a pick'em contest, completely free to enter. All you have to do is pick 5 teams that you think are going to win against the spread, and we're going to see who is the best digital marketing gambler out there. So it's all free, all fake. We just want to see who has the chops to beat us, and it's totally free. Here's how you join. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/marketingopicks, and you'll jump right in here, and I already put my picks in, but you can go through and you just have to enter 5 different picks. So if you like Philly -7.5, choose that, or Minnesota, Detroit, Seattle, whatever you want, put 5 in and submit your picks, and you're on your way. And we'll have prizes throughout, so we're gonna make this competitive, but we're gonna make this fun. Again, it's bit.ly/marketingopicks. Just hop right in, choose 5 games each week, and see if you can beat the best.
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
I just think you guys were working really hard while I was out. Again, I love listening to the show. I know that Jess and Nicole had to put more hours into this than they normally do, and I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Great job. You're always here. Thank you, Greg. Also, specifically tables, I just think the thumbnails are really cute. Maybe I just like them more because I'm not in them, but they were looking great. And Greg's tutorials, if you guys are sleeping on Greg's tutorials, they're really, really good. He has like some really specific marketing tutorials, and you can see him live in the platform. And I'm sure they're going to help me as I'm catching up on things. So great job, everybody.
Thanks,
Well,
Chef.
thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And something hardly working for me, Performance Max and audience signals. My dumb caveman brain cannot wrap my head around audience signals and how they pull in. For some campaigns, it pulls in differently than other campaigns. I just hate the entire process. When you search for certain audiences, it's not there. I just don't know what they were thinking with audience signals. And then you have to take the audience, you have to like pull it. It's a disaster trying to pull it in. I have to just launch the campaign, then go back and change everything. I hate it.
What I hate, hardly working for me, shorts on desktop, which I understand is not the desired format. However,
You're the only person.
Well, I had to because this week's Cool Tool had a short explaining it. When we'll get to the Cool Tool in a second. The video itself was great. It was short. It explained what I needed to know. But then they were like, the link is in the description. You know how hard I had to work to get a description? I had to click 3 dots. I had to click read description. It gave me a pop-up. And then I had to copy paste the link from the description. I couldn't even click it.
I like how you said something that is mandatorily under 1 minute and was short.
I mean, it wasn't long. I'm not wrong. I just think that's a stupid experience. And no, thank you.
That's
Cool
the problem.
tool.
It's the
Cool,
problem.
though.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't.
It's split. They're trying to do 2 things and it doesn't work. Shorts don't work on desktop. And
long
shorts don't
and
work
the
on
short of
TV
it, yeah.
no matter how hard you try to make it work.
No, imagine trying to do on TV what I had to do on my computer today. You can't. And now for this week's
Cool Tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners. And is really, really cool. This week's Cool Tool is an extension for Chrome that keeps you in the zone so you can be productive and uninterrupted when looking for blocked pages, because SEO is all the rages. Welcome back, Shep.
Just know I rolled my eyes every time.
I rapped for you. I hope you liked it. Okay. It is the Robots Exclusion Checker, a Chrome extension that performs live URL checks against robots.txt files, meta-robots, xrobots, tags, and canonicals. It uses a simple like traffic light style status, so red for blocked, yellow for canonicals, green for allowed pages, and provides more details and context along the way. Super easy to use. There's a short about it, and you can check that out. So thanks to Mike Ginley at Mike Ginley SEO on X for sharing. And as always, we will have the link in our newsletter, marketingoclock.com/newsletter, as well as on Discord, community.marketingoclock.com. So for the third time today, people, pick your poison and check it out. Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes from the one, the only Mark Irvine over on WordStream. And Mark has a post called Google Ads Rolling Out Enhancements to Location Assets. Here's how to use it. And this is just one of those references that you need to bookmark and save, because he walks through how you can feature your business's images in your Google Ads location assets, the best practices for your business's images in location assets, and then if you choose to do so, how you can opt out of showing your images in location assets as well. So everything you need to know, I'll say it one more time, about location assets. So thank you, Mark.
And now onto our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can listen to Marketing a Playlist at playlist.marketingoclock.com. I will be adding I Can See You, Taylor's version from The Vault.
Shocking.
It's good to be back. I think that she chose Speak Now because
You know
I
what,
named
Taylor?
my daughter Violet.
Taylor, I like that one. Call me.
I was going to say, can't you just tell her later?
Jess, what are you adding?
I don't know. I lost my window.
Jess,
Ask me again.
I'm going to go again. All right, I'm Jess. I'm going to go Bigger Pictures by Atmosphere.
That's my choice.
Is that from
Bigger
last week?
Pictures by Atmosphere. No, that's this week.
Since when did you start to listen to Atmosphere?
I like him a lot. Saw him live. I call it a him. I know it's a duo. Very into it. Big kick this week. Bigger Pictures. All the feels.
Not interested. Greg?
I'm going to go with Moon is Blue by Future Islands.
Since when do you listen to them?
Some live.
I know.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing Clock.
Thanks for listening.
We miss you already.
Can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.
Welcome to this week's Shootin' the Heck. We're after our famous Friday news show. We don't talk about marketing anymore. We just
Shoot the heck.
And we are back with everyone's favorite game. I don't know what that is.
This
Greg?
is trivia.
Okay.
As you've heard before on previous shows, I don't think that summer truly ends until the kids in at least the East Coast here in the US are back in school for a week.
It's not over until I have to wear pants.
Agree. So I think we're heading into, like, it's the 15th now. This is like officially where fall starts. But you got to give me a little bit of September. So now we're going into fall trivia, and one of everybody's favorite parts of fall, pumpkins. Pumpkin trivia today. Okay? And this, if there's a number guess, it's not Price is Right. It's the closest to the pin.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Everybody get that?
Buzzing in with our name?
Buzzing in with your name. Okay. So the first written word in a novel, or just for the first written word of the term pumpkin, was in what story?
Jess. Cinderella.
Correct. A French explorer in
Wow.
1584 first called them gross melons, which translated into English as pompions, according to history. And it wasn't until the 17th century that they were first referred to as pumpkins. Cinderella, trendsetter.
Wow, I was going to say Ichabod Crane.
Okay, Jess is on the board with one. How many billion pounds of pumpkin are produced each year in the United States?
Jess. 20.
Tables. 35.
I'm going lower.
You say
5.
19 will kill
5. Love the game theory. We've got 20, we've got 35, and Shep goes lower with 5.
Billion pounds is a lot of pounds.
Yeah,
They're
pumpkins-
hollow.
But you thought I said
Pumpkins are heavy,
19.
though.
Okay,
You
never
said
mind.
it wasn't Price is Right. Okay, never
If
mind.
19 is lower than 20, you get everything under 19.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
now-
that was Price is Right.
No, Price Right is you can't go over.
You can't go over.
All right, somebody didn't watch a lot of daytime television growing up. Okay.
Sorry, I was
Shep,
watching the Travel Channel.
You won anyway, and you actually were closer. It is 1.5 billion pounds. of
Billions
ice.
with a B.
Yeah, but
Yes.
there's so many pompions or whatever.
Shep won. Jess won. Okay. The world's heaviest pumpkin weighed how many pounds?
Shep,
Shep.
316.
Tables.
Tables.
1,000.
Okay. Jess? You have 316. We have 1,000. I'm so excited to see what comes out of your mouth right now.
600.
600. Okay. 1,000 is the winner. So tables is on the board. Tie, three-way tie. The world's heaviest pumpkin weighed over 2,600 pounds.
It's
And-
getting a
That's a
TLC
1
show.
ton
World's
pumpkin.
Heaviest Pumpkin.
Yeah, what was the name of those twins in TLC?
It's like
My 600 pound
Half
life?
Ton Sister, yeah.
Oh.
No, my 600 pounds life. Do you watch that show?
I've seen an episode here and there.
There's one set of twins or I guess it's brothers. Crazy. I gotta send it to you. I gotta look up that person's name. Okay.
Pumpkin.
How many different varieties of pumpkins are there?
Tables.
Tables.
8.
I want to guess one lower than everyone else. There's more
You're
than
nuts.
that. There's like 55. I don't know.
24.
Okay, so you're splitting the difference. Shep wins. It's 45
Ah.
different varieties of pumpkin. Shep is 2. Everybody else has 1. What part of the pumpkin is not edible?
Jess.
Jess.
The stem.
Yeah, that would be my guess. It's wrong.
It's incorrect.
Shep.
Shep.
I don't know.
I've
then.
eaten all the other
Yeah,
parts
the
of
guts?
pumpkin.
No,
Guts.
the guts
Incorrect.
go
Tables.
in the pie.
The skin.
Incorrect. Everybody's incorrect. Every single part of the pumpkin
Oh,
is
that's
edible.
not fair.
Yes, you can eat
Question.
the skin, the leaves, the flower, the pulp, the seeds, and even the stem.
Yeah,
What a
who would?
versatile fruit.
Do you guys
Is it
carve
fruit?
pumpkins?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. It's usually like an Orioles themed pumpkin and a Twins themed pumpkin.
Mine just always
I
look
feel
like
like my husband has cut his hand 3 times since we've been married and gone to the emergency room, so we should avoid it. Or
My
I should
guess
do
is
it.
You've probably cut your hand 4 times then.
No, I haven't.
It's a game theory.
Yes. Shep 2. Everybody else 1. What percentage of pumpkins are water?
It's like people.
Are we
People are not
60% water?
60%
I think
water.
that's the
Or
earth.
it's more than
We're
that,
like
isn't it?
80%
We're a lot of water,
99.
yeah.
You said
We're not
60.
99% water. What a dumb thing.
I
Imagine
am.
that. We're just flowing around.
I'm
Some
not-
of us are.
Yeah.
99%.
You're 99% nonsense.
alcohol. 80.
All right, we have 60, we have 80,
No, say 100.
I'll go with
tables.
40.
40. One of these days, I'm going to physically explode trying to understand what's in your heads.
I'm just trying to make you mad.
Pumpkins are 90% water. Jess with the
Wow.
win ties it up. This is a
Hydrated.
little note here.
Hydrated
Surprisingly,
Pumpkin. That's a great band name.
surprisingly, pumpkin pie is not America's favorite pie.
No,
Shep, apple.
That was not the question. Is that going to be your answer? Okay, what percentage of Americans say pumpkin pie is their
It's
favorite
really not that
pie?
good. It's like gelatinous
Get-
pumpkin.
You like apple pie over pumpkin pie.
Oh my god, who doesn't?
No, you're wrong.
That means you are
Who
basic.
Who
age.
doesn't love
wrong.
a warm apple
pie
and
is
cinnamon?
way better than pumpkin
Get
pie.
out
No,
of here.
it's
No,
not
apple
even
pie
close.
is
You're
wet.
Wrong on that.
Gross.
You're wrong.
Cool Whip. What was the question? What
It's
percentage?
like people that eat clams. You're like, oh, I love clams. Yeah, eat a clam without butter and get back to me. Eat apple pie without ice cream and tell me that it's good. It's
Any
not.
day of the week.
Get
Yeah,
out of here.
seriously.
I would agree that apple pie doesn't need ice cream, but I would also agree that pumpkin pie is superior. Chocolate peanut butter pie is the best. What was the question?
What percentage of Americans think that pumpkin pie is the best?
Literally 4.
But it's not America's favorite pie.
Literally for Americans. Do I have to do the math or is it 4%?
4%.
Okay,
Jess.
Jess with 4%. Jess.
I'm gonna go with 66.
Tables, I can't wait
It's
for your
just
answer.
you two.
Tables, I can't wait for your answer.
I will go with 25.
25. Lord, help me. So you said 4.
It's just you two. That's my guess.
All right. The correct answer is 13%. Shep was only 9% off.
That's
Tables
so
was
low.
11% off. So Shep is the winner in
Americans
her
have good
return.
taste. Sorry.
Again, I said Apple was the number 1, so clearly we don't.
Back with a vengeance.
All right. And we will see you next week.